Welcome back to Cosmic Comics. In this episode, I'll be looking at the second appearance of Squadron Supreme, starting in Avengers Volume 1, Issue 141, published in 1975. The cover of issue number 141 incorrectly states that the Avengers face off against Squadron Sinister. At the beginning of the issue, Beast is attacked by a private army and is capable of overcoming his foes with the help from Captain America. Captain America has been tailing the crew's sergeant and was attempting to gather more information on them. Captain America ran across this group twice before. The first time was on the oil rig in the form of Roxxon's private security force, which showed up to rescue Hugh Jones from the Serpent Squad. This was one of Captain America's first fights as the Nomad. The second time was while facing off against the Red Skull when the militia showed up and took out the Red Skull's troops. Captain America is not sure what they're up to, but he knows that they're tied to Roxxon Oil and the Brand Corporation. That night, Captain America, Iron Man, the Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Beast all make the move to break into the Brand Corporation and see what they can find out. Oh, and because of some promise Beast made with Patsy Baxter, she is also with them in an observational role. This should be a rather odd role for her to be in right now, as her ex-husband, Colonel Buzz Baxter, is working with security from Roxxon and Brand. This whole situation is so crazy and over the top because 5 Avengers are breaking into a private corporation to take out their security detail, seemingly because they attacked Beast for a reason that we're unclear on at the moment, and Captain America doesn't trust them even though the Roxxon militia helped him out at least twice already. I have to say that I'm bothered by the Avengers' general disregard for the law here to make what is essentially a covert military attack upon a domestic civilian target that happens to be one of the nation's largest oil suppliers is extremely bothersome. Colonel Buzz and Hugh Jones, president of Roxxon and Brand, are ready for any interference with their plan. As the Avengers wait outside the building, a portal opens up before them and they are attacked by Squadron Supreme. And they want to make certain that you know that they are the Supreme ones and not the Sinister ones. The members present from left to right are Lady Lark, Whizzer, Dr. Spectrum, the Golden Archer, who was Hawkeye back in his home universe, but dressed like the Golden Archer to avoid confusion, and finally, Hyperion. Right out of the gate, the Avengers look good in this matchup, but soon the tide turns. Lady Lark gets the MVP award for taking down 3 heroes. Dr. Spectrum dispatches a Vision when he's distracted by his wife collapsing. The Whizzer overpowers Iron Man. Beast is beaten into submission by Hyperion. And Lady Lark sings Captain America out of the competition. Just like that, the Avengers are beaten and ready to be taken to their escape-proof cells, while Roxxon and Brand prepare to march towards an unstoppable victory. The next issue shows us the Avengers trapped in what appears to be an unbreakable cage, and was formed by Dr. Spectrum's power prism. Even the Vision can't pass through the bars. That prediction lasts all the way up until the next issue, when they escape by the Vision passing through the bars. Okay, sure they had to press Captain America's shield against the bars before it would work, but yeah, it shouldn't have worked, but comics, right? Vision dismantles the cage and our heroes are free. The next issue begins with our heroes on a beam in what appears to be a high shaft. Soon Hugh Jones comes on a speaker system and informs the Avengers that they have walked into a classified weapons section and will have to be destroyed. Missiles start launching out of the walls towards our heroes. The first 2 missiles are blocked by the Scarlet Witch and Iron Man, but the impact of Iron Man's landing sends all the Avengers tumbling further down the shaft. Neighbors of the commercial property are wanting to know what is going on and call the police in response to the launched missiles and explosions. Then the weirdest part of this entire arc takes place. I haven't read up much on the character of Hellcat, but this just doesn't fit in with anything else going on. As Captain America, Iron Man, and Patsy walk through a warehouse-looking space, they run across a costume of the Cat laid out. Captain America wonders how it got there, and Tony Stark gives the odd answer that the Roxxon and Brand Corporation probably bought it, just like they do everything else. Knowing Marvel, the answer behind why the costume was spread out where it was for her to find comes out at some point, but I haven't run across that story. It keeps getting weird as Iron Man gives us a short synopsis of Cat, which is followed by Captain America examining the costume and exclaiming it is in perfect condition. Then, out of nowhere, Captain America asks Patsy if she wants to play Cat. This leads to another 2 pages of flashbacks over the drama of Patsy's life, but nothing that indicates why it would be a good idea for her to put on a costume and face off against supervillains, other than the fact that her whole life she thought it would be exciting and neat. Insert gratuitous 1-page spread of Patsy in her new costume here. Lovely. This is about the time Vision finds them and everybody regroups. As they come together once more, Squadron Supreme shows up and admits that they are working for Roxxon Oil when Hyperion states that Roxxon cannot be thwarted forever. As the battle begins, the Avengers make the first move in this no-holds-barred rumble. As our heroes run into battle, Hugh Jones is being informed that the police have arrived to investigate some missile firings thanks to a well-timed phone call from earlier. Instead of panicking, Hugh Jones has a plan. With a push of a button, Hugh Jones gets rid of the evidence that the Avengers were ever there by sending all of them back to Squadron Supreme's universe. Oddly, this storyline is pushed off for 2 issues with no explanation outside of the dreaded deadline Doom struck again. Enjoy this other story instead. But in 2 months it was back with the Serpent Crown on the cover. I'll cover this next portion of this arc as a part of my Serpent Crown series. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Cosmic Comics. Feel free to hit any of the buttons below. I'm out.